Welcome back to Berlin for the Grundig Mountain Bike World Cup. Well, the World Cup final, shall we say. And quite honestly, it's a bit that way, because looking at the overall classification in the men's, as we check Mike Kluger, the German, the man who has won the European Cup, the Challenge Trophy, he is in 11th place at the moment. Ned Overend, the grand old man of mountain bike racing, 5th in the championship. Didn't stop him winning though, did it, in Park City? He could win the championship still. Indeed, any of about the top 10 could. Gerhard Zadro Bilek, now 30, the ex-PDM professional, a man who finished 3rd in the Tour de Suisse, in the top 15 in the Tour de France, and I think he was the top 20 finisher in the Giro d'Italia as well. Very experienced. Mike Kluger, top American, hasn't got a win, but as you can see, he's been a rostrum man at Chateau d'Oex last time out in Switzerland, and very early on in the championship at that frightening course in France. The winner from Traverse City, Rishi Grewal, 2nd overall at the moment, another American. And here is the Vanilla Gorilla, David Wiens, the current leader, but not by far. And a good season he's had as well, that win in Mammoth Lakes being his high point. He took the lead in the championship last time out in Chateau d'Oex. But quite honestly, we're going to have to do some quick mathematics here, because out of the 9 rounds, this is the 9th. Only 6 count in the final classification. And this, the Berlin race, this is double points. Big field, 130 of them. 35 seeded through. Peter Crick, number 10, the Czechs there. Number 9, Mike Kluger. Number 2, you can catch sight of Rishi Grewal there. Really tight first bend. And number 1, the blue jersey, David Wiens, mired way back in the pack there. Will not be a happy man. As you can see, the traffic is heavy on this first little uphill. As we look at the front, Henrik Dønis, the Danish man who was the Danish cyclocross champion several times, 2nd in the last cyclocross world championships. He's on the front, number 7. Crick 10 is next, and it's Kluger, Tommy Post. Oh, Tomac, number 6, is in there. All the big guys are in there as we look at them coming through. Here we are on the bit of a downhill. Looks like Dønis, with Crick next along. And Mike Kluger's there. Okay. Tricky little descent here. The course builders tried very hard not to give these guys anywhere they can build up a rhythm. Little descents, quick ascents, not easy. That is number 07, that is number 7, Henrik Dønis, the Dane, the cyclocross ace on the front. Kluger getting the cheers, number 9. Number 2, Grewal's there. Number 8, that's Price. Daryl Price of the States went through. Number 10, that's Peter Crick on the front now, with Rishi Grewal. Now, Rishi Grewal, number 2, that tells you one thing. It tells you he's 2nd in the World Cup at the moment. That's where he wants to be, because David Wiens, we just haven't seen anything of, apart from seeing him go through well midfield. The leaders sorting themselves out, and we should be getting the second lap positions very shortly. This will give us an idea. Yep, John Tomac, number 6 on the front. The sprinter named Tinker Suarez, number 36, and you see him, leads from net over end. Journis, who has been on the front, on the back, on the front, whatever of that leading group. And now Gerhard Zadro-Bilek is in that leading group. In fact, he is number 4 on the tail of that leading bunch. 28, Thomas Frischknecht. He is next along, but this man is leading. This is John Tomac. Tomac of the USA. Currently lying 6th in the overall classification. There's net over end. He's leading the chasers. 36 is next, Suarez. Then Journis. 4, Zadro-Bilek is next along. Who's in there? Price, Frischknecht, Grewal on the back of that group, it looks like, if you see number 2. There he is, Rishi Grewal. And number 9, Mike Kluger. There's Peter Frick, hanging in there, the tough Czech cyclocross star. So Tomac is off like a locomotive, isn't he? There's Journis, he's leading the chase with Suarez. 64, that's Ulrich Rottler. Net over end next along number 5. And then it's Price. Daryl Price of the Specialised team. Journis, 2nd place. 7th overall in the World Cup. But John Tomac has disappeared as we look at over end. And really, it's difficult to see that any of the leaders can do anything about this. The blue jersey going through there, David Wiens, and he was pretty well down. Certainly behind Price, behind Zadro-Bilek. And Tomac is travelling. Well, the Americans might not have liked this golf course of a mountain bike track. But it's not stopping Tomac. There's Zadro-Bilek, number 4, behind number 36, Tinker Suarez. Number 4, Zadro-Bilek, the Austrian, Gerhard Zadro-Bilek. Now, he is the man who, if Tomac wins, as we look at number 35, that's Jürgen Sprich. If Tomac wins, by my addition, if Gerhard Zadro-Bilek finishes 2nd, he can still win the World Cup. So Zadro-Bilek has got to get 2nd place. There he is, number 4, Gerhard Zadro-Bilek. Number 10, Frick. Number 2, Grewal. Now, Grewal does not look like a happy boy, and he's fairly well down. I think Grewal, Wiens, Closer, they look like they're out of it, quite honestly, as we go to the leader. And look, John Tomac is still pumping round. He has got a lead. And this course is not the sort of place where this sort of gap is going to be closed. Well, we'll take a break. You can come back and find out if he does in a minute. Welcome back to Berlin as the leader. John Tomac goes through the 4th lap, leading from Suarez, over end, Price, and significantly Zadro-Bilek way back in 5th. Now, as Tomac disappears on another lap, 4 more to go. He's halfway around this final race of the Grundig FIAC Mountain Bike World Cup. John Tomac looks to be in a safe lead. 36, there's Tinker Suarez. Over ends with him, number 5. So's Price, and Zadro-Bilek is in that group with Journis. There's Zadro-Bilek of the Red Bull team, number 4. We're going to see him. There he is. That's Journis, the Dane, right with him. And quite honestly, Zadro-Bilek has got to get to the front of this group. There's Frick. And he's got Rishi Grewal with him. So Rishi Grewal, if he's that far down, he's 8th or 9th. He is not going to make an impression on the list. There's Kluger and Rogers, Mike Kluger, the German from Berlin. He's racing on his home ground. And there is Dave Wiens with 2 of the Italian national squad in front of him. And Dave Wins, the leader of the World Cup before this race started, he looks to be out of it. This man, Tomac, and he is charging. We keep saying, whoa, dear Carl Brugger, local boy. Well, he seems to have got away with that quite lightly. He came down a bit of a perler. Ah, Zadrobilek, now he's in front. Looked like Zadrobilek there in front of Suarez. Was he? Now then, let's see Ned Overend. No, sorry, that's Mike Kluger, number 9, going through. Beg your pardon. Ignore number 80, he's been lapped. You're looking at number 6, the leader, John Tomac, the ex-BMX star. We keep saying he's not the most elegant bike rider in the world, but my God, is he effective. He knows that he's got to win this race if Gerhard Zadrobilek is in that leading group. And there is Zadrobilek in front of Suarez. Zadrobilek is second. That position would give Zadrobilek the World Cup, but he's got Suarez, Overend, Journeys and Price still with him. And no way is that position safe. Tinker Suarez, number 36. He's in third place, 216 there, as you can see, is a lapped rider. Number 5, Ned Overend. And number 7, Henrik Journeys. And number 8, Darryl Price. Those really are the leaders. Next along, Mike Kluger. The local man getting plenty of coverage, as you'd expect. Oh, the crowd didn't like that very much. In the pack here. These are midfield men going through. That tricky little downhill as Tomac hammers on at the front with plenty of encouragement from the crowd, and he attacks these downhills like all the American riders with some enthusiasm. Zadrobilek leads, Suarez leads Overend. Whoa, Zadrobilek's in the bushes. Dear me, that's Zadrobilek. Overend had to stop. The dust must have got in his way. Oh, dear me. Where's my bike? Now, could that have lost Gerhard Zadrobilek the World Cup? He was in second. He needed to be second. We're back with the leader. He is a super rider. He is not stylish, but he is effective. He has gone off from the start here, knowing that, well, if he wins, it's the best he can do. Suarez is second, and it would give, of course, Tomac a chance of the win. He was only 6th, John Tomac, in the World Cup ratings before this race. But the rest of the Americans have fallen by the wayside figuratively. Gerhard Zadrobilek has fallen by the wayside literally. There's Journeys with Jürgen Strick and Thomas Frischknecht behind him. Top German riders looking good. That's Kluger again, running in a top 10 place. What we need to know is, has Zadrobilek made up any of the ground he lost with that crash? Because Gerhard Zadrobilek really needs second place. Let's make the assumption that John Tomac is going to win this event. And he's still in. Zadrobilek's up to third. He's got past Overend and Strick. Tinker Suarez still second. That's the leader, number 6, going through. The other men there are not in the running. John Tomac, he won in that on that vicious course in Manosque. And quite frankly, this course in Berlin could not be more of a contrast. Here he is again, John Tomac. All he can do is win it and hope that some of his fellow countrymen or some of the Germans can keep Zadrobilek back. Here is Suarez in second, Tinker Suarez. He is American. The Klein Campanolo team. Where is that? There's Zadrobilek. Zadrobilek is in third, but he's not actually in sight of Suarez. And it looks as if John Tomac might have something to thank Tinker for, doesn't it? Ah, the Stiefel sisters as were. Regina Stiefel on the left, to sister Susie Buckpfizer on the right. looking at Jürgen Sprich, who is now up to fourth place, assuming he is in front of his... I called him another German, I'm sorry, Thomas Fischknecht, he's Swiss. If you see him, number 28, you don't see him, so let's assume Sprich is fourth. Look at Kluger on that tricky little downhill. You can see, oh dear, he's lost his feed bottle. Back to the uphills, and this is Tomac. Here we go, Tomac across the finish line again. 8 out of the 10 laps done. Suarez still second, Zadravelic still third. Sprich up to fourth, as we thought, in front of Ned Overend. That's Suarez, the second place man. Doing his fellow countryman at the front a very big favour indeed. There he is, Tomac. Suarez. Zadravelic in third. And he is charging, isn't he? Oh, he's gone again, by the look of it. There's a big cloud of dust. Yep, he's off again. Gerhard Zadravelic throwing caution to the winds, and it's doing him no good at all. Jürgen Sprich, number 35, the German of the Scott International team. Here's Thomas Fischknecht, the Swiss. I'll get it right this time, of the Ritchie team. And there's Mike Closer, who was third before the start of this race. Mike Closer, who's outside the top 10 at the moment, would you believe? Tomac again. But the question is, where is Suarez and where is Zadravelic? The relationship between those two men, currently running in second and third, will effectively decide the outcome of the World Cup. There is Suarez. He looks like he's suffering, but he's still in second place. And here is Zadravelic. Oh, mechanical problem. The chain's off the front wheel. Oh, after his crashes, does he need this? And in mountain bike racing, you can't change machinery. You have to race with what you started with. Dear me, what a finish to the World Cup for Gerhard Zadravelic. A man who for 9 years was a racing professional. Here's Tomac styling it at the finish. Tomac wins the Berlin round of the World Cup, and he wins the Grundig World Cup as well. Assuming that, yes, here he is. Suarez is second, so Tomac is the World Cup winner. As Zadravelic kept going, yes he is, what a shame for the Austrian to lose out with that mechanical as well as he slides it into the finish. But Gerhard Zadravelic, third in this round in front of Sprich and Fischknecht. Good results for the German and the Swiss there. The top Americans really...
And the course wasn't very exciting as a racer, but it was good competition, so... And the race developed very, very nicely for me early, so after the race got started, I just went and did what I had to do.
Thank you, John Tomac, popping up there. The winner of the race and the winner of the Grundig World Cup. Sarah Valentine, she is the World Cup winner for the ladies. Furtado second, and Stiefel keeping the European flag flying. That goes down well with the locals. But there is the man who has done it by 1 point. John Tomac of the Rally USA team has won the 1991 Grundig FIAC Mountain Bike World Cup. He won in Manosque, the second round of the championship. He was second in Mammoth. He was first here. That's good enough.